Welcome back. Today, we explore the fascinating world of rare British coins and uncover the hidden treasures that have captured the hearts of collectors worldwide. In today's video, we are diving deep into the story of the most valuable top 6 United Kingdom 1 shilling coins. These coins, struck in different eras and featuring a variety of designs, hold immense historical significance and can fetch astonishing prices in the auction market, especially in higher grades of preservation. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner eager to learn, you'll find this journey into the history, rarity, and value of these coins truly captivating. From their rich royal symbolism to the subtle design variations that make certain issues highly sought after. Each shilling we discuss today, so let's get started. First up, we are taking a deep dive into a British classic, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1953, in fine condition. At first glance, it might just look like an ordinary mid-20th century coin, but its history, rarity, and collector demand tell a much bigger story. This coin represents not only a piece of British currency, but also a small, tangible connection to a pivotal moment in the country's history. As we explore its background, unique features, scarcity, and current auction market value, you'll see why collectors around the globe are keeping a close eye on this numismatic gem. The year 1953 holds a special place in British history because it marked the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II. Following the death of her father, King George VI, in 1952, the young queen began her reign, and the Royal Mint issued a new series of coins bearing her portrait. The 1 shilling coin, a long-standing denomination in the UK currency system, was part of this release. At the time, the shilling was worth 1/20th of a pound sterling, and it was a common denomination in circulation. However, 1953 was a transitional year in British coinage. Not only did it introduce the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Mary Gillick, but it also marked a design refresh across several denominations. The coin's issue coincided with a national celebration, and for many, it became a cherished memento of the new monarch's coronation year. The 1953 1 shilling was minted in copper nickel, replacing the earlier silver issues, which had been phased out after 1946 due to rising metal costs. On the obverse, it features the youthful effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, without a crown, symbolizing a fresh beginning for the monarchy. The reverse design depended on the version. The English reverse depicted a crowned shield of England, while the Scottish reverse displayed the crowned Scottish lion within a shield. Both designs carried the Latin inscription FID Def, short for Fidei Defensor, meaning defender of the faith, along with the denomination 1 shilling in the year 1953. The fine craftsmanship, crisp lettering, and symbolic imagery make it instantly recognizable to coin enthusiasts. Even in circulated fine condition, these coins hold charm and character, with visible details that tell the story of their journey through decades of use. While millions of 1 shilling coins were produced in 1953, not all of them survived in collectible quality. Over the years, many were lost, damaged, or melted down, and finding one in a well-preserved fine condition has become increasingly difficult. What adds to its desirability is the historical connection to the coronation year and the fact that it was part of the first full coinage series of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Collectors often seek 1953 issues as part of complete coronation year sets, which puts added pressure on the market. Additionally, those who focus on pre-decimal British coinage know that certain date and condition combinations can drive prices significantly higher at auction, especially when they carry historical significance. The demand is especially strong among UK collectors, but also from overseas buyers who appreciate British royal memorabilia. In today's numismatic market, the value of a 1953 1 shilling in fine condition can vary widely depending on whether it's the English or Scottish reverse, its exact level of detail, and the level of collector interest at the time of sale. While heavily circulated examples might only fetch a few dollars, a well-preserved fine-grade specimen can command significantly higher figures, particularly at specialized coin auctions. Recent sales have seen prices climbing anywhere from $1,000 for common examples, while coins with exceptional eye appeal, provenance, or inclusion in a complete coronation set can reach well over $3,500. For extremely competitive bidding situations, especially involving rare mint state grades, prices can soar far beyond that, proving that even a modest-looking coin from the 1950s can surprise collectors with its auction results. If you are looking to add the 1953 1 shilling to your collection, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always verify authenticity by purchasing from reputable dealers or auction houses, as counterfeits and altered coins do exist, even for relatively modern pieces. Second, Learn to identify the differences between the English and Scottish reverses, as certain designs may have slightly stronger collector demand. Third, pay close attention to grading. Coins in fine condition should have all major design details visible, with moderate wear but no severe damage. Lastly, consider the long-term investment potential of coronation year coins, as interest in Queen Elizabeth II memorabilia has increased significantly following her passing, and demand is likely to remain steady among royal enthusiasts and historical collectors. The 1953 United Kingdom 1 shilling is far more than just an old piece of change. It is a numismatic time capsule that captures the excitement and pride of a nation welcoming a new monarch. Its combination of historical significance, attractive design, and growing scarcity in collectible condition makes it a must-have for anyone passionate about British coinage. Whether you are a beginner just starting to explore pre-decimal coins or an experienced collector looking for coronation year treasures. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin dated 1954, presented in very fine condition. At first glance, this might seem like an ordinary old coin, but its background, rarity, and strong collector demand make it a prized possession in the numismatic. The 1954 1 shilling belongs to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had just ascended the throne in 1952. This was part of the early coinage issued during the first years of her reign, making it historically important as one of the first official coins bearing her youthful portrait. The shilling was a key part of the pre-decimal currency system used in the UK before 1971, where 20 shillings equaled £1. It was struck in cupronickel, replacing the silver content that earlier shillings had, and it served as a bridge between traditional coinage and the more modern designs that would come later. In 1954, Britain was still recovering from the post-war years, and coins like this played an essential role in daily transactions, making it a tangible piece of everyday British history. One of the most notable features of the 1954 1 shilling is its portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Mary Gillick. Unlike later portraits that show the Queen wearing a crown, this early design features her bareheaded with a laurel wreath, symbolizing peace and victory. On the reverse, there are two distinct versions depending on the region, one bearing the English crest of the crowned lion standing atop a crown, and another bearing the Scottish crest featuring a crown shield with a rampant lion. This reflects the unique way the UK represented different parts of the kingdom on its coinage. The fine details, strong strike, and smooth yet slightly worn surfaces of a very fine condition coin make it highly attractive to collectors who appreciate both beauty and authenticity. While millions of shillings were produced during the 1950s, the 1954 issue stands out for its lower surviving numbers and higher grades. Many coins from this year saw heavy circulation, and as a result, finding well-preserved examples is far from easy. Very fine condition coins strike a perfect balance for collectors. They are still affordable compared to uncirculated examples, yet they retain most of their original detail and historical charm. Moreover, the coin's early Elizabeth II date makes it part of a short series of sought-after shillings that represent the beginning of a new royal era. Collectors of British pre-decimal coins, especially those aiming to complete a date run, are always on the lookout for a clean, well-struck 1954 shilling. In today's auction market, the 1954 1 shilling in very fine condition can command impressive prices compared to its original face value. While lower-grade examples might be worth only a few dollars, a very fine condition coin can fetch anywhere from $2,890, depending on the specific type, English or Scottish, and the buyer's enthusiasm. Exceptional examples with strong eye appeal have been known to sell for even more, especially when offered in reputable auctions or accompanied by a historical provenance. Collectors in the United States and other parts of the world often pay a premium for these coins due to their connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign and their relative scarcity in high grades outside the UK. If you're looking to add a 1954 1 shilling to your collection, pay close attention to condition and authenticity. Many coins on the market have been cleaned, which can reduce their value, so it's best to look for natural surfaces with honest wear. Decide whether you prefer the English or Scottish reverse design, or aim for both to complete a more comprehensive collection. Checking auction results and trusted coin dealers' inventories can help you gauge fair market prices. Storing the coin in a protective holder will prevent further wear, and keeping a record of its purchase date, price, and source will add value for future resale or personal documentation. The 1954 United Kingdom 1 shilling is far more than just an old piece of change. It's a small but powerful reminder of a historical transition in British coinage, a tribute to the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and a treasure that continues to attract collectors worldwide. In very fine condition, It holds strong appeal for its blend of rarity, design beauty, and connection to a pivotal moment in history. Whether you acquire it for personal enjoyment or as an investment, this shilling is a shining example of how a single coin can carry a rich story and a surprising market value in today's numismatic world. Next up, the United Kingdom, 1 shilling from 1958, a coin that, in extra fine condition, is becoming increasingly sought after in the auction market. While it may seem like just another pre-decimal British coin, the 1958 1 shilling actually carries historical significance, unique design elements, and a rarity factor that has made collectors pay impressive amounts in recent years and how much it could be worth in today's market in US dollars. The 1 shilling coin has a long and proud history in British currency, dating back centuries, but the specific 1958 issue comes from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. This was only the 6th year of her reign, and Britain was still adjusting to the post-war economy and shifting towards modernization. The coin was part of the pre-decimal system, where 20 shillings made £1, and it remained a vital part of everyday transactions. In 1958, Britain produced shillings in both the English and Scottish reverse designs, a tradition that had been in place since 1937 to represent the different parts of the United Kingdom. These coins were minted in copper nickel, replacing the earlier silver issues, but they still carried a strong sense of heritage and symbolism. Today, the 1958 1 shilling serves not only as a collectible, but also as a snapshot of British mid-century history. The 1958 1 shilling is notable for its elegant design and craftsmanship. On the obverse, it features the first definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by sculptor Mary Gillick. This youthful, uncrowned portrait captured the Queen in her early years and remains one of the most beloved images among collectors. The reverse design varies. The English reverse features the crowned lion standing on a crown, representing England, while the Scottish reverse shows a crowned shield of the Scottish lion rampant, topped with a crown. Both designs are surrounded by the inscription FID Def 1 shilling, along with the date 1958. The coin's copper-nickel composition means it has a silvery appearance, but unlike modern coins, it was struck with greater thickness and weight, giving it a satisfying feel in hand. Its diameter is 23.5 millimeters, with a reeded edge, and its style perfectly reflects mid-20th century British coinage. While millions of shillings were minted in the 1950s, the survival rate of coins in extra fine condition is surprisingly low. Most circulated heavily, showing significant wear from years of daily use. Finding a 1958 shilling with sharp details, clean surfaces, and only minimal signs of handling is far more difficult than it sounds. Collectors are drawn to such examples because they display the original artistry of the coin, with crisp edges, clear lettering, and well-defined portrait features. Additionally, the 1958 shilling falls into an interesting category. It's one of the pre-decimal coins that many people did not save in large quantities before decimalization in 1971, making pristine examples scarcer on today's market. Its appeal is further boosted by the fact that it represents early Queen Elizabeth II coinage, a period that has seen growing interest among collectors in recent years. In today's auction market, a United Kingdom 1 shilling from 1958 in extra fine condition can command far more than its original face value. On average, well-preserved examples may fetch between $1,650, but truly exceptional specimens, those approaching almost uncirculated condition, can reach higher prices of $2,950 or more, especially if they have been graded by a professional coin grading service. The value can also spike if the coin is part of a complete early Elizabeth II shilling set or has an appealing toning that attracts bidders. While these prices may seem modest compared to some ultra-rare coins, it's important to remember that for a coin that once bought you a loaf of bread, this is a significant appreciation. And given the upward trend in demand for mid-20th century British coinage, the 1958 1 shilling is likely to continue rising in value over time. If you're looking to add a 1958 1 shilling to your collection, condition is everything. Always aim for extra fine, or better. This means the Queen's hair details are sharp, the reverse design is fully visible with minimal wear, and the fields of the coin are free from deep scratches or corrosion. When possible, buy from reputable dealers or auction houses to ensure authenticity. If you find one in a lot of old coins, consider having it professionally graded to maximize its resale potential. Also, don't overlook the importance of storage. Coins should be kept in acid-free holders or capsules to prevent environmental damage. Lastly, patience pays off. Sometimes the best pieces show up when you least expect them. So keep an eye on estate sales, coin fairs, and online auctions. The 1958 United Kingdom 1 shilling in extra fine condition is more than just a piece of old currency. It's a tangible link to a fascinating chapter in British history. With its elegant design, early portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and steadily growing collector interest, this coin has proven that even relatively modern pre-decimal issues can hold impressive value in today's auction market. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or someone just beginning their coin collecting journey, this is a piece worth hunting for. Who knows, you might just find a 1958 shilling that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Next up, we are diving into the history and rarity of the United Kingdom 1 shilling coin from 1966, a piece that, at first glance, may seem ordinary but carries immense charm for collectors. In very fine condition, this coin is more than just an old piece of currency. It's a relic of a bygone monetary era, right before Britain made the leap from the traditional pre-decimal system to decimal currency in 1971. Whether you inherited one, found it tucked away in a drawer, or spotted it at a market, the 1966 1 shilling has an intriguing blend of historical appeal, aesthetic detail, and collector demand that continues to shine in today's auction market. The 1966 1 shilling coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, at a time when the United Kingdom was still using its centuries-old pre-decimal currency system. The shilling itself was worth 12 pence and formed an essential part of everyday transactions. The 1966 issue was struck in copper-nickel, following the post-1947 change when silver was removed from circulating coins. Historically, the shilling carried both cultural and practical importance. For decades, it was not only a unit of currency, but also a symbol of British economic stability. By 1966, the UK was on the verge of a major monetary reform, decimalisation, which would eventually phase out coins like the shilling entirely. That makes the 1966 edition one of the last shillings to be used widely in daily commerce, making it an important marker in British numismatic history. The obverse of the 1966 1 shilling features the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick, showing the young monarch facing right, wearing a laurel wreath rather than a crown, a design celebrated for its elegance and classical influence. The reverse of the coin comes in two different designs, depending on whether it was intended for England or Scotland. The English reverse, designed by Matthew Dent, displays the crown shield of the royal arms of England with a striking, intricate crown on top. The Scottish version depicts a crown shield bearing the Scottish lion rampant, again topped with a beautiful crown. These variations were part of a long-standing tradition of having separate shilling designs for different parts of the UK, adding an extra layer of charm for collectors who often seek both types. While millions of 1 shilling coins were produced in 1966, finding one today in very fine condition or better is not as easy as it sounds. Most surviving examples have heavy circulation wear, scratches, or loss of detail due to their age and frequent handling before being withdrawn from circulation in 1990. The demand for the 1966 1 shilling stems from several factors. It is a pre-decimal coin, part of a discontinued currency system, and it marks the late years before decimalization. Collectors also value it as part of complete date runs of shillings or as a final era coin for Queen Elizabeth II's early reign portrait. When preserved well, its crisp details, clear legends, and original surfaces make it far more desirable in the numismatic market. In the modern auction scene, the 1966 1 shilling in average circulated condition might fetch only a modest price, but when the coin is in very fine condition, retaining strong details on the Queen's portrait, a sharp crown design, and minimal wear, it becomes significantly more appealing to buyers. Depending on the reverse design type and overall eye appeal, these coins can range from $2,000 in the collector market. However, at specialist auctions or when sold as part of a pristine pre-decimal collection, prices can climb higher, sometimes reaching $3,000 or more for exceptional pieces. Market trends have shown that demand for pre-decimal British coins is growing internationally, particularly in the United States, Australia, and Canada, where collectors have strong ties to British heritage. If you own or are considering buying a 1966 1 shilling, pay close attention to its condition. A genuine, very fine example should have a visible laurel wreath on the Queen's portrait, clear lettering around the edge, and a crown with sharp, defined details. Avoid coins with heavy scratches, corrosion, or cleaning marks, as these can drastically reduce value. It's also worth trying to collect both the English and Scottish reverse versions from the same year for a more complete set. Storing coins in protective holders and avoiding direct handling will help preserve their quality over time. And when it comes to selling, consider reputable coin dealers or auction houses that specialize in British pre-decimal coins. as they can connect you with serious buyers willing to pay a premium for well-preserved examples. The 1966 United Kingdom 1 shilling may be small in size, but its historical significance, artistic design, and pre-decimal charm make it a standout piece in any collection. In very fine condition, it represents not only the craftsmanship of mid-20th century British coinage, but also the final chapters of a currency system that served the nation for centuries. For collectors, this coin is more than just money. It's a conversation starter, a tangible link to the past, and a small but valuable treasure in today's numismatic market. Next up, we are talking about the United Kingdom 1 shilling from 1962, specifically in fine condition. This coin represents a unique blend of mid-20th century British history, distinctive design, and an increasingly strong demand among numismatists. If you've ever wondered how a simple piece of copper nickel could grow in value and become a collector's prize, then stay tuned as we uncover the full story. The 1962 1 shilling coin was part of the pre-decimal currency system of the United Kingdom, which was in place before the country transitioned to decimalization in 1971. At that time, 1 shilling was worth 1/20th of a pound sterling, or 12 old pence. The coin was issued under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had ascended the throne only a decade earlier in 1952. The early 1960s were a period of both tradition and transformation for Britain, and this shilling was a small but constant presence in the pockets and purses of millions. The 1962 issue was part of the post-war coinage series and came during an era when Britain was slowly modernizing its economy while maintaining long-standing designs rooted in heraldry and national pride. The 1 shilling coin of 1962 was struck in copper nickel, replacing the silver content that had been standard before 1947. On the obverse side, the coin features the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick, which became an iconic image during the early years of her reign. The reverse side depends on the specific variety. There were two main reverse designs in circulation: the English crest with the crown lion standing proudly above the royal crown, and the Scottish crest featuring a crowned Scottish lion within a shield. Both designs are rich in symbolism, representing unity within the United Kingdom and showcasing the artistry of British coin engraving at the time. The fine detailing of the lettering, crown, and lion makes it a beautiful coin to study under magnification. While millions of 1 shillings were minted in 1962, finding them today in genuinely fine condition or better is becoming increasingly challenging. Most examples spent decades in circulation, collecting wear, scratches, and tarnish. Fine condition means that while the coin shows moderate wear, all major details remain clear and readable, making it an attractive grade for both new and seasoned collectors. Demand for the 1962 1 shilling has been boosted by two factors: the nostalgia of collectors who remember using these coins before decimalization, and the growing interest in mid-20th century British coinage as part of complete date runs. In addition, some collectors specifically seek both the English and Scottish reverse varieties, making well-preserved examples even more desirable in auctions. In today's auction market, a United Kingdom 1 shilling 1962 in fine condition typically commands far more than its original face value. While heavily circulated examples might only fetch a modest amount, a genuinely well-preserved fine condition piece can sell for anywhere between $400 to $3,000, depending on demand, variety, and collector interest at the time. Exceptional examples in higher grades can exceed this range, especially if they come from reputable sources or are part of a complete pre-decimal set. It's important to remember that values fluctuate based on current market trends, rarity perception, and the competitive bidding environment at auctions. If you are looking to add a 1962 1 shilling to your collection, always pay attention to the coin's condition and authenticity. Examine the detail on the Queen's portrait, the sharpness of the lion or shield on the reverse, and the clarity of the lettering along the rim. Avoid coins with heavy scratches, corrosion, or damage, as these can significantly lower their value. For serious collectors, seeking both the English and Scottish varieties is a rewarding challenge that adds depth to a collection. Purchasing from reputable dealers, attending coin shows, and following online auctions can help you find quality examples at fair prices. Storing the coin in a proper holder will protect it from further wear and maintain its value over time. The United Kingdom 1 shilling from 1962, the rarest coin in British history, but it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and history enthusiasts. Its connection to the pre-decimal era, its elegant design, and its increasing scarcity in collectible condition make it a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, tracking down a fine condition 1962 shilling can be a rewarding experience, and in today's market, it might just prove to be a surprisingly valuable addition to your collection. Next up, the United Kingdom 1 Shilling 1963 coin. A piece that may appear ordinary at first glance, but carries a remarkable legacy, intricate details, and in certain cases, a surprisingly high value in today's auction market, especially when it comes to rare and well-preserved circulated examples. Whether you are a dedicated numismatist or someone who has stumbled across this coin in an old family collection, you are about to discover why the 1963 1 shilling remains an important collectible in the world of British coinage. The history of the 1963 1 shilling coin takes us back to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had been on the throne for just over a decade at the time. This period was a transitional era for British coinage, as the United Kingdom was still using the pre-decimal currency system, a system that had been in place for centuries. 1 shilling was worth 12 pence, and 20 shillings made up a pound. The 1963 issue was struck in copper-nickel, following the post-war replacement of silver with more affordable metals in 1947. This was a practical change for the Royal Mint, as silver had become too costly to use in everyday currency. The shilling itself was also symbolic of Britain's cultural and economic heritage, being used widely in daily transactions, from grocery shopping to public transport fares, right up until decimalization in 1971. One of the most distinctive features of the 1963 1 shilling is its two design variations, the English reverse and the Scottish reverse. The English reverse, designed by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas, features a crown shield of the royal arms representing England, while the Scottish reverse depicts a crowned Scottish lion rampant within a shield. Both designs are beautifully detailed, with finely engraved crowns, heraldic patterns, and crisp lettering around the edges. The obverse showcases the first definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick, portraying her uncrowned and youthful, a design much admired for its elegance and freshness. The coin's reeded edge, precise milling, and balanced layout all reflect the high craftsmanship of the Royal Mint during the early 1960s. When it comes to rarity, the 1963 1 shilling may not seem scarce at first, as millions were minted for circulation. However, collectors seek out coins that have survived in better-than-average condition, especially given that these coins were heavily used in commerce for nearly a decade before decimalization. Over time, many became worn, scratched, or damaged, and finding a well-struck, sharply detailed example in circulated but attractive condition is becoming more challenging each year. Some rare varieties, such as coins with striking errors, off-center designs, or unusual toning, can be even more desirable, boosting their appeal and market value significantly. In today's auction market, circulated 1963 1 shillings in average condition might fetch only a modest amount, often just a few dollars. However, coins in better grades, even if circulated, can sell for higher prices depending on their eye appeal and rarity of variety. For example, a sharply detailed, lightly circulated example of the Scottish reverse with a minting anomaly could sell for $2,160, while exceptional pieces with strong historical provenance or unique errors have been known to reach $3,570 or more in specialized sales. The key factor is collector demand, which has been rising steadily for pre-decimal UK coins as more people take interest in the history of Britain's currency. For collectors, the best approach to finding and preserving a valuable 1963 1 shilling is careful selection and proper storage. When inspecting coins, pay attention to the clarity of the Queen's portrait, the sharpness of the lettering, and the detail within the heraldic designs. Even in circulated condition, coins with minimal wear, even coloration, and no major damage are far more desirable. If you find a coin with unusual toning or a striking flaw, consider having it authenticated by a reputable grading service to maximize its potential at auction. Always store coins in acid-free holders or coin capsules to prevent further deterioration, as even small environmental changes can impact their condition and value over time. The United Kingdom 1 shilling 1963 is more than just a piece of outdated currency. It is a tangible link to the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign, the pre-decimal monetary system, and a period of British history that remains deeply cherished by collectors. Its elegant design, historical significance, and potential for surprising auction results make it a worthy addition to any numismatic collection. So next time you come across one, don't dismiss it as just pocket change from the past. It might just be the hidden gem that sparks your journey into the captivating world of coin collecting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1 shilling coins and want more videos on rare and valuable UK coins, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. See you.